Hey guys, what's going on, and welcome back to the channel. Gonna be working on the Gladiator again tonight. You remember the last time we had it in the shop, we did we did a taillight upgrade from this company right here. Still can't pronounce it. Anyway, they've got an Amazon store. If you want to check them out, looking at links in the description for their Amazon store. They liked the video quite a bit, actually. They wanted me to do another video for them for some turn signals. Now, my truck's a Sport, not a Sport S, it's a Sport. So there is a few things you can do as long as you know sales codes or you have a mini taser. I do not have a mini taser. I go to the dealer and I have my sales codes turned on. If you guys go back into the Jeep or the Gladiator playlist, you remember I did the proximity locks. And what I did was when I changed these, I bought the caps, I bought the handles, and then also I had to buy the internal wiring harness. And we took everything apart, we swapped out the harness, and then we also swapped out the handles and the caps. Took it to the dealer, and then had them program that sales code within the Jeep. Now supposedly these turn signals are only gonna work with a mini taser or like Rubicon, Sahara, anything up, not doing any programming. These will work on this truck if we do the mini taser programming. So what I did was I took it to my dealer because this truck here has all incandescent bulbs in it. From front to back, everything was incandescent. The only thing I've changed thus far as lighting would be actually the tail lights and the headlights. So what I did was I took it to the dealer and I had all of those sales codes turned on to help this situation. So we had all those sales codes turned on, and we're going to put these LEDs in and see if they work the way they're supposed to. They're pretty cool. They are a switchback design and they are sequential on a turn signal with an amber side marker. Turn signals are going to be amber, and then your running lights all the time are going to be a white light. Just like before, you got a nice colored directions that come with it. It has the two different styles of plugs. One's a 5-wire, one's a 6-wire, depending upon what lighting style that you had, whether you had a factory halogen or whether you have an LED. And then it does give you some instructions on the back side if you want to follow those. Lights look pretty nice design. Basically just like the factory ones. That'll get bolted to the side right there for your side marker. Got a nice long wiring harness because the plug is clear back there to where you have to take the whole inner fender out. So I've already started taking this apart just a little bit just because I've never done this before. So I wanted to get a good idea on how things come apart. So like I said, there is a few bolts to take the inner fender out. You got 5 of them right there. Then you pull this whole inner fender out. Then you get some Torx bolts. It's going to be inside right here. And then you're going to have a bunch of these little push pins. So if you cannot buy or if you break them, you can buy these locally or on Amazon. I'll put a link in the description. They make a whole kit of these little push pins and these little rivets. Now, when I was taking mine apart, the instructions that you just take this one little screw out and you can lay this down. This little flap will just lay down. Well, that on my truck's not the case. That is up and under or on top of this bracket right here. And it might be like that on all of them. This was on top of there. And as I pulled on that, I broke that mount right there, and then I broke this rivet out, the plastic rivet, and then on these 3 bottom rivets right here, your inner fender, or I'm sorry, these 3 rivets, your inner fender actually is held in place by these 3 rivets. So once again, if you get the right kit from Amazon, you can get these rivets as well. These are a 1/2 inch head by 1/4 inch by 13/16 I believe is what the draw is on these. They are available in the kit. If you look in the description, I'll have that for Amazon. So we're gonna go ahead and continue taking this apart. You can see I got it for the most part all the way apart. Got some more Torx to take out, and then all of these factory wire loom holders, I'm gonna retape those back in place, and that way it's as factory as possible. And then clear back here is where the plug's at, and then that's just, you pull the red tab out, push down with your thumb, and that's all there is to it. Then you can start fishing your wire out from behind all of these body mounts. And now we'll go ahead and take those 4 Torx bolts out, and then this whole lighting situation will be able to come out, and we'll be able to get the new one back in and start putting everything back together. All right, with both lights laying right here on the table, I want to go through and all of these, like I said, all these little factory harness holders, I want to transfer all of these to the new harness right here. So I'm going to measure off, probably starting at the light, because I believe this new harness is just a little bit longer than the old harness. That way all of my slack is up by the body versus down in the fender. So we're going to start here at the base and measure out to our first mount, just kind of going as we go. We'll just take them off and then transfer them. Now they just have small little pieces of electrical tape. I'm going to use some wire harness tape. This is Tessa tape. You can get this on Amazon as well. If you guys want to check this out, again, I got this from Amazon. I'll put a link in the description for this right here. So we're going to start cutting. This first one is actually a zip tie. So we'll cut that zip tie and then grab another one and put it on in a corresponding length from the housing working out. All right, with all the mounts in place, or all the little wire loom secure push locks in place, we can go ahead and get this started putting in the Jeep. These are flush cut pliers. I like to use these on all my zip ties, just because when you cut it off, it leaves it nice and flat. You can use a razor knife, but I found these a while back, of course, on Amazon, and I've used them ever since. They are available at O'Reilly, Advance, Napa, all those other places as well, but you know me, I like to buy a lot of things from Amazon. So links in the description for these flush cut pliers if you want to check these out as well. So we'll go ahead and take this over to the Jeep now and start the reverse process of putting everything back together. Gonna start with sliding this marker light, this side marker light right here in place. Alright, so you ever have those I'm an idiot moments? Yeah, well, I just kind of had one of those. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this video out because, I mean, I'm only human, I make mistakes. Actually a mistake that I really didn't even know. These turn signals aren't going to go in this truck. So what I thought was a Sport S, my truck is actually a Sport. So if you look inside, we have all the Sport S amenities in this truck. Chrome trim, heated seats, everything. All the amenities of a Sport S. Remember, I added the proximity locks myself. But if you come out here, we have the appearance of a Sport. If you look right here, the Sports and the Sport S's, well, the Sport S's and up have a longer turn signal. They come clear to about right there. So yeah, you can see how long these are. Quite a bit. Wasn't even paying attention even when I took the factory light out. There's a pretty damn big difference right there, if I don't say so myself. As I throw that one on the floor when I got to put it back in. Anyway, those aren't going in the truck, but I do want to plug them in. We can go through the functionality of them because the sales codes are turned on. Everything should work just fine. So I want to show you guys what they would look like in the truck. Well, not in the truck, on the fender. If you guys want to check these out or possibly pick them up for yourself. These will go in anything Sport S and above. Just make sure and look at the gap on your Jeep or your truck and see what that width is. If you're going to use them, it needs to be just a little bit narrower right through here. So I'm going to go ahead and start the Jeep up and show you what these look like and how they function. Got your daytime running lamps there. Switch back, got your turn signal. Alright, so functionality of them is actually pretty cool. I do like the way they function. There's one issue I have with these lights. I don't know, since it's a European model, if the right and the left is different there as far as how you view things. When I sit in a vehicle, right is right, left is left. Right's going to be your passenger, left is going to be your driver. These lights are marked right. Right there, it's going to go in the left side. I looked at that, I prepared the one that's marked left, right there, thinking this was going to be the driver's side. So I went through and put all of my mounts on all my cable, thinking it was going to be on the driver's side, and actually this goes on the passenger side. So I don't know what the L and the R actually really stand for. So far, that's the only real issue that I've saw. Plastics are the same from the factory to the aftermarket. Plastics all feel the same as far as the type of plastic. So yeah, other than that, that's all I have. Like I said, that's from this company right here that I still can't pronounce. Their links are in the description if you want to check them out. Seem like a pretty nice light. I won't be able to give you a honest review on putting them in the truck and running them because, yeah, well, I just explained that. They won't go in my truck. So with that being said, that's pretty much all I have. If you don't mind, hit that like button, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you have not already done so, and we'll see you guys in the next one.